I was doing my research on you. And they said you were a child prodigy.
Who?
I'll show you the article. What, you want fessing up to this or what?
What does that even mean?
I don't even know what that means either. But you were playing as a young man, and right? I mean, were you playing a bunch of different instruments? What was that all about?
Well, I didn't actually really start playing until I think around 13. I picked up the piano.
A teenage prodigy, then.
I guess, sure, whatever. I don't know.
There you go. Own it.
I will say the piano came very naturally to me once I really committed to it. It kind of took me a minute, I think, to really kind of become determined about music. I think I was almost, because of the fact that my dad was so into music, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm going to do something else. But eventually it made its way into my heart, and I really realized that it was my main passion. But it took me a minute to realize that. And then, kind of finding the relationship between my voice and the piano was really what lit the fire to make me go, wow, maybe I could really do something special with this combination of using my voice. And Stevie Wonder was hugely instrumental in inspiring me in that direction also.
Did you play all throughout high school then? Or tell me about the developmental stages so high school into starting to play around Portland.
Yeah, in high school, I was always heavily involved in the chamber choir, and we had like a vocal jazz ensemble, right? So I started to play piano for the vocal jazz ensemble because I had just been kind of learning from my father how to, sort of put together chords, and he was teaching me how to read chord charts also, and specifically with like jazz extensions and jazz harmony. So I was able to, some of the music that they would give us, even though I couldn't read notation, and I still can't to this day, I could, if it said whatever, G minor 9 or, to B 13 or whatever, I could read those, and I was kind of learning to extrapolate from those symbols, And so it was a good foundation for me to actually have a place to practice that stuff. And my choir teacher at the time, who actually coincidentally is Christopher Friesen's father, who's been playing bass for me for years now.
What? Oh, wow.
His father, Tim, was my choir teacher in high school.
Didn't know that.
So yeah, he was happy to have me, on the piano at the time, and he gave me that opportunity to kind of sort of actually get some sort of onstage experience that way, which was awesome.
Then you worked into playing around Portland. Was that kind of your decision? You said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move into music. Or did you end up going to college?
I mean, I did go to college, and I continued. Well, I kind of tried to do some theory studies and things like that. Theory just didn't really make sense for me. Theory, I don't know, somehow theory was like the opposite of how I think of music. So I tried about a semester of theory, which of course included things like oral skills and keyboard skills and all these other classes that just go along with the theory program. All of it just really turned me off. I hate to say that. And it kind of pushed me in another direction. But I continued then, while I was in college to perform with the jazz band and the vocal jazz ensemble. And, I kind of continued my jazz studies, and it exposed me to a lot of new music. We started doing things like, Pat Metheny tunes, and we were doing like Ray Brown trio tunes. And so it was really like expanding my vocabulary on the piano.